Welcome back to Tea with Sienna, where the tea is always hot, the receipts stay ready, and we never sugarcoat a thing. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest celebrity tea. Now, let's get into today's story. Claressa Shields, a two-time Olympic gold medalist and undisputed boxing champion, is making headlines after reportedly being banned from a major combat sports event following a physical altercation in a VIP area. Unlike many celebrity controversies, this incident was caught on camera, leaving little room for speculation about what took place. The altercation happened Saturday night at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles during Netflix's MVP MMA event, a high-profile showcase for women's combat sports that attracted nearly 17 million viewers worldwide. With so much attention on the event, the incident quickly became one of the biggest talking points across the combat sports community. The incident reportedly unfolded in a VIP area where Claressa Shields and Alicia Baumgardner crossed paths during the event. According to widely shared footage, Baumgardner appeared to extend her hand before Claressa knocked it away, prompting security to step in and quickly prevent the situation from escalating. It's important to note that the two fighters have had a long-running public rivalry, so the tension between them didn't begin that night. However, many critics argue that the timing made the incident especially significant. With millions of people watching one of the biggest nights in women's combat sports, they believe it was the worst possible moment for emotions to take over, turning an already high-profile event into an even bigger controversy.
Shut the fuck up always. Hey, get out of the way. I want to get in there. No. World star. I know you won't whoop no ass. Not right now. I'll whoop no ass, Alicia. Who asked you? You are. I'm calling her to get referee.
Claressa Shields says there's more to the story than the viral clip shows. According to her, Alicia Baumgardner allegedly threatened her first, and she insists her reaction was about defending herself rather than starting a confrontation. The speaker acknowledges that context matters and that verbal threats can certainly change how people view an incident. However, they also argue that as one of boxing's biggest stars, Claressa is held to a higher standard. From this perspective, critics believe that regardless of what was said beforehand, maintaining composure on one of the sport's biggest stages was part of the responsibility that comes with her position. The speaker argues that with Claressa Shields' accomplishments comes a higher level of responsibility. As one of the sport's most decorated champions, they believe she is expected to handle tense situations differently, especially on one of the biggest stages in women's combat sports. From their perspective, the incident shifted attention away from the event itself and toward the controversy. The speaker also notes that Alicia Baumgardner publicly criticized how the promotion handled and presented the situation, adding another layer to the debate. In the end, they suggest that while no one involved escaped the controversy without criticism, Claressa was the only person who reportedly faced the consequence of being banned from the event. And that reported ban is far more than a simple warning. MVP released a zero-tolerance statement announcing that Claressa Shields is barred from attending all MVP events indefinitely, effective immediately. That's not the kind of decision organizations make lightly. It effectively shuts the door on one of the biggest and fastest growing platforms in combat sports today. Just think about what's at stake. MVP has secured a major media rights deal with ESPN and continues to expand its partnership with Netflix, giving fighters access to millions of viewers around the world. This is exactly the type of mainstream exposure women's boxing has spent years working toward. Yet, according to critics, all of that opportunity was put at risk over an incident that lasted only a matter of seconds. Meanwhile, Alicia Baumgardner says she plans to handle the matter through legal and professional channels, leading many to believe the controversy isn't over yet. Critics argue that what started as a brief altercation has already resulted in a reported ban and could have lasting consequences. They also point out that this isn't the first time Claressa Shields has been involved in a public dispute, suggesting that repeated controversies have become part of the conversation surrounding her. So from their perspective, when similar situations continue to happen, they begin to look less like isolated incidents and more like a recurring pattern. There's no debate about Claressa Shields' accomplishments. As a two-time Olympic gold medalist and undisputed champion in multiple weight classes, she has already proven herself inside the ring. However, critics argue that the ongoing controversies are beginning to overshadow those achievements. Instead of the conversation focusing on her championships, it often shifts toward public disputes, giving critics more to discuss than her success in boxing. From their perspective, the biggest headline right now isn't her talent or legacy, but the reported ban from one of the sport's most prominent platforms. Critics argue that the biggest consequence isn't just the reported ban, but how the incident may shape public perception. They point out that millions of viewers, including many who may have been seeing Claressa Shields for the first time, are now more likely to remember the controversy than her accomplishments as a two-time Olympic gold medalist and undisputed champion. In their view, moments like these can overshadow years of success because public attention often focuses on the most viral headlines rather than the full story. They also note that the timing made the situation even more significant as it unfolded during one of the biggest combat sports events on Netflix, turning what should have been a showcase for the sport into a controversy that quickly dominated the conversation. She had the opportunity to be part of one of the biggest moments in recent women's combat sports history. Yet the conversation quickly shifted away from the event itself and toward the controversy surrounding her. Instead of celebrating a milestone for the sport, many people were left discussing the altercation, the reported ban, and the growing rivalry with Alicia Baumgardner. That's the tea for today. A landmark Netflix event, a viral incident that spread within seconds, and a situation that has only intensified an already heated feud. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think Claressa Shields was justified in her actions? Or do you believe the incident ultimately worked in Baumgardner's favor? And do you think these public controversies will eventually come to an end, or have they become part of Claressa's public image? Share your thoughts in the comments because I read every one of them. If you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Tea with Sienna, and share it with someone who would want to join the conversation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.